All right, all right. Dawn Reddoch, eXp Realty, Tom Dave's team. How are you, Dawn?
Good, Tom. Doing good. How are you?
Awesome. Let's see. So I'd like you to tell us just a little bit about yourself, Dawn.
Well, I have been doing real estate for this will be my third year, so just over 2 years. We had a great year last year, so ready to beat it this year. I have a beautiful blended family of 6 children, so life outside of real estate is definitely busy to say the least.
Wow. How do you do it all? And for those of you that don't know Dawn, she is just an amazing top producer. She was actually the top producer on the Tom Dave's team last year. Woohoo! Congratulations. So how do you do it all? I'm sure we have a lot of other working moms that are in real estate watching here. So how do you juggle everything? Kids,
Hmm.
school, work, clients, family. How do you do it? What's your
Well,
secret?
yeah, it's the old saying that everyone knows it takes a village, and it really does take a village. So, my husband is my biggest support. He is the one who wanted me to do real estate because it's always my dream. So, he is 100% behind the scenes, making sure everything's handled so I can live out my dream. And family, family's huge.
Absolutely. So what did you do before real estate?
Oh, I was in event and hospitality management for upscale restaurants. So 15 years of black tie events, weddings, running the daily operations of restaurants, managing over 50 people, and just keep making sure everything was going according to plan.
Well, I can definitely see how you've taken that hospitality background and brought it into real estate. So tell me a story about how you took your background and your hospitality. Tell us a story about how you've used that with maybe one particular client that stands out through this last couple of years.
That is a good question. When, especially working in higher end restaurants, you develop where it's a more of a yes attitude. So it's not no, it's what can we do to make it a yes. And that is really helped me with real estate, especially with we have such a diverse client base. And anyone who's worked with me, it's never a no, it's how are we going to make it a yes? Even at the beginning stages of the pre-approval process. I always tell my clients, don't get discouraged. If it's not going to be no, you don't qualify. What's going to happen is it's going to say, this is what we need to do to get you to qualify. And it's making sure we stay in contact with those clients to make sure they're doing all the steps so that no became a yes and we get them into home ownership. And it just really has worked out well. Making sure I stay in tune with my clients has led to an amazing referral base from them. So, and I owe it all to hospitality.
Well, it's just so awesome. I remember a particular client. Um, we sold their home, and then you had to find her another home, and there was a request for repairs, and there was some time lapse between the time that we closed, and she had to get into her new home. And I remember that you ended up really going to bat, and everything worked out great and it was very seamless. So as far as I know, no one has ever been homeless on your watch, right?
Not to date, and I'm going to keep that track record going. And it really comes, especially when we're dealing with contingencies and other people timelines, we have to make sure we have a step ahead. If we have to default to plan B, we need to know when and where to put plan B into motion so we're taking care of our clients the best way possible.
Absolutely. So, and I know that you really go to bat. And so with a request for repairs, I know that you really help the buyers through the process to make it smooth. Let's talk just a little bit about that with request for repairs.
Requests for repairs, the
Oh
daunting.
boy.
It really depends what market we're in. And let's talk about this particular market being a seller's market. It's really difficult to write a typical request for repairs because we are competing against offers that may have been as is. And what do we do with an as is? Um, I always like to coach my buyers that what we are looking for with our request for repairs is something that is health and safety or is not working properly, or the biggest two things an appraiser calls it out. Doesn't pass the appraisal, no funding, no loan, no closing, no sides happy about that. So that's the first thing, is really dissecting what is health and safety, what is not working, and going from there. I also like to think of it as we've got one shot. Okay, we've got one shot to do this buyer request, and we've got to come in strong, and we need to make sure we have documentation, everything backing it up. I also like to do a step above, and I'll have my contractors bid on things, and I'll submit a bid with that request for repairs. Because what happens is I just took the work from the seller and listing agent and did it for them. And then, hey, we use my guys, he works with me, we can get it at a discounted 20% rate, everyone's happy. So it's really having an agent that will go this step and beyond to have the strongest negotiating deals, because we all know getting into contract is one thing, but thousands of dollars are negotiated during escrow. And we want the both for both buyers and sellers.
Well, that's great. And then speaking of negotiating for the buyers with multiple offers, what are you seeing right now? Are you seeing multiple offers? And if you are, how do you get your offer accepted?
Oh, geez. Okay. So my client's approved for 450. We're going to be looking in the $400,000 price range, because we need to make sure that we can go up to their approval amount, because that's what we are seeing. We're seeing multiple offers well over ask. And what I do is I sit down with my clients. If this is your home, if you want this home, what are we willing to do? We need to have some skin in the game to get accepted. Tactics that I've been using is we will do an escalation clause saying that we will go over $2,000 over the highest offer. Now, don't get scared. I tell my buyers, we still get to see the highest offer to see if we want to go 2,000 over. So it's not like we're saying automatically signed the paper, we're going to do it. Also, waiving appraisals. This has been huge. The buyer says we don't care where it comes in at, we will bridge that gap. And they have been doing that. But the biggest thing is the team that comes involved behind the scenes. When we write an offer, I have that lender jump on the phone to tell them how strong it is. We are going to close. This is when we're going to close. And it really takes that listing agent and seller knowing that we have a strong, solid team to close escrow. And it works because I'm
Well,
beat out.
that's right. Well, and what I love is I just love your energy and that
Thank you.
communication that you have and the relationship that you create with the other people in your world, the lender, the other agent, the title, your clients. And that definitely helps you to be so successful. So that's just awesome. Well, let's talk a little bit about EXP Realty, and because I know that you haven't always been with EXPs. So, what was your life like before EXP Realty, and what's your life like now?
Well, I was pretty much a new agent when I came into EXP, so I was only about 4 months. So I was definitely a baby, and I didn't have a lot of experience with different brokers or what they offer. Everything was so new. So joining EXP, you'd like to think of real estate as you're in charge of yourself. You're a 1099 employee. That means you are the medical, the benefit, the retirement, everything's on you, especially when you're coming from a world where you were a W-2 employee. You had the perks. That is the biggest thing about EXP is the stability that we are investing in our future. When you put money in the stocks and you can see the outcome of the stocks, when you have the team of this brokerage behind you, it is something that I've never seen before. And I'm just so lucky to be part of a brokerage that is investing in my future, in my retirement. And if people don't understand, they really need to start thinking, realtors, what are you doing with your retirement? And I think that that's something that we're just so blessed to have here at EXP.
Well, that's awesome. So, what do you do for fun? What do you do in your spare time?
Ooh, geez, if you will find me on my boat in any type of water, or you will find me and my family in our trailer camping. We just love being outdoors, love being with the family, and every chance we get. So we've actually been a little blessed with distant learning because we've been able to have them in school anywhere. So
Yeah.
it's worked out. And we stay local because as a realtor, if I get the phone call, I need to make sure I'm in my car doing what we have to do. But that is something our family just loves to do.
Well, that's awesome. And I know that you always have a very balanced life with your family, with your faith, with your business, your relationships, your clients, and um, your health. So that's just awesome. So, well, great. Well, hey, Don, thanks for taking time. How can someone get a hold of you if they need to reach out?
Oh, well, you can go. My Facebook is Dawn Reddoch. You can text or call at 925-922-7333. And my email, sold by Dawn Reddoch at gmail.com, because we get things sold over at the Tom Days team.
Yes, we do. And you do an amazing job. So thank you so much, Dawn. I really love you. I appreciate you. Have a great day, a great weekend. And thanks everyone for attending. Give Dawn a call and we'll talk soon.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you for everything. Truly blessed to be part of your team.